Slim made the beat.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Keys to the Streets. And y'all are tuning in with me to talk about everything that's happening in the city, around the world as it relates to Black culture. And y'all, I'm just really in my feels coming out of this weekend because it was an amazing weekend for Black culture. I'm really excited because I talked about it last time, but I was like, this is just kind of setting the tone for really it getting real Black this month. It's Black Music Month, it's Juneteenth month. It's DJ Screw month, and it's just been an amazing start thus far. And so, yes, I'm just really feeling the culture and feeling like we all we got, but we've been everywhere lately. So that's a really good feeling being, in Austin and not always necessarily seeing us. So this weekend or this past weekend was very action packed with multiple or several events that were a success. So I just want to, give us a rundown of everything that happened, and hopefully you got to partake and didn't miss out on everything. But last week I talked about the Juneteenth pageant, and I did mispronounce her name. It's Tanisha Barnett. So I just want to apologize to Tanisha. But she is the organizer for Miss Juneteenth, and she's been doing it for years, and she does an amazing job every time. I wasn't able to make Miss Juneteenth as I was in Black Art Weekend, but I saw the pictures. I heard from so many people how it was an amazing experience. And so I hope y'all were able to donate or support that. And if not, please be prepared to put your babies in it next year because it's a vibe. And I think it's just an amazing experience for the littles to just start getting ready and getting organized in what they want to do with their lives and just seeing what it's like if you want to be active in social scenes and things like that. So again, hats off to the Miss Juneteenth pageant team and the littles that won and the ones that participated as well. Also, there was Bro Brunch that was hosted by Kind Clinic and Austin Justice Coalition. I mean, it was for the bros, so of course I wasn't there. But again, that looked to be an amazing experience. For men, it focused on mental health awareness and showing up and taking up space for Black men and advocating for Black men. That was put together again, like we said, with Austin Justice Coalition, Kind Clinic, and Hearts to Heal. So shout out to them looking out for the men, especially as we're going into this next weekend and coming into Father's Day weekend. So yes, shout out to the ones advocating for the men. And we definitely need that in our community. There was also Urban Pride. I don't know if y'all participated in that. Again, Black Art Weekend had me this weekend, but I was able to participate in the Urban Pride after party, and that was hosted by Sunita Haynes and Tia Boyd, and it was a vibe. So yeah, if y'all missed out, y'all missed out. Because yeah, I had too much fun. I'm definitely way too much fun, and I'm definitely feeling it this morning. Now, last but not least, I wanted to give myself some time to really, step into and really process what happened for Black Art Weekend. It was hosted by Of Color ATX, and the organization Of Color is amazing. I was tapped to be a curator, and I don't know, y'all. Like I have no words for how amazing the experience was. It was a 3-day weekend event where we started Friday night for the VIP experience. Saturday was general admission, and then yesterday was the brunch. And it was so much fun. It was Afro punk meets art meets, I don't know, it was just a vibe. I can't even explain it. My focus was Black art and fashion, and it was well received, and I'm so proud of that. I was a little nervous about, how people would kind of take in my area, my exhibit, because I had a particular focus, if I'm being honest. Black art and fashion is always, we definitely set the tone in fashion, but I think a lot of times Black people are left out of so many conversations, but particularly in how we paved the way in fashion. And so my focus was to put on for the hood girls. I feel like we see, the big nails, we see the earrings, the cornrows, and all of those things now being walked down the runway in Paris and everywhere else. But we don't talk about the inspiration of where that came from. And that came from the hood. That was the hood girls gave us the culture, they gave us the trends. And we don't always talk about that. And so for me, my exhibit was to focus on Black people feeling like the prize, the goal, the luxury, the art that we are. I think we don't talk about how everything we do is art, how we dress, how we talk, how we walk, the accessories we put on to make an outfit pop. All of that is fashion. All of that is art. And so that was my focus. And it was just so much fun to see how it was received by people, to see people really like the pieces that I was able to collaborate with Zaya Jordan on. And I'll just say NIP because I can't say the names of our pieces on air. But it was a whole amazing experience. Adrian Armstrong, the artist that I also featured, he was the only artist that I really featured outside of like the clothing designs and fabrics and things like that. And his piece was loved by everyone. It really made the exhibit pop, and it just really added the layer and depth to my exhibit. And I just appreciate Adrian so much for allowing me to show his piece and allowing it to be a part of my space. But I just want to shout out the Of Color team, Rudy, Chris Tobar Rodriguez, Marissa, Ultima, Sydney, Ra. It was so many people who made it come together, but not just made it come together, made it fun. The organizers really allowed the curators and the artists to focus on the art and took, honestly, the hard part out of it, the event planning, the coordination and all of that. That was that's never the fun part of an event or putting something together. And I'm used to kind of having to man that in a lot of the projects that I do. And so to have this focus be on just the art and just being in that moment, that was an amazing experience for me. And so I just hope that, y'all support Black art. Y'all buy art from a Black artist. It's so important to have that art, to have that representation, to show people that you support our culture and support their work. So yes, please check out, follow Of Color ATX on IG and just see the fun that was had, because it was a whole vibe. So I just want to wrap up some of those events of this past weekend, because everyone's event added to the culture and was necessary and needed. And I'm glad no one kind of bumped heads. A lot of times when there are events that happen on the same weekend, you get a lot of clashing as far as people want to attend several events and then you end up attending none, or it's hard to make that decision. But it was so many events for any type of demographic of Black people. And so that's just, I'm just glad that the city is really continuing to push for things for us to do and places and spaces for us to be in. So anyone that's championing that, y'all feel free to reach out and let me know and see how I can support that, how I can help amplify that and get that on the airwaves, because it's so important for us to have that support and that funding and things like that so that we can continue to have those events. Now, next weekend, like I said, this past weekend really set the tone, but next weekend it's a lot. So let's do a rundown. We got Soul Food Truck Fest, which is coming together amazingly. I'm working with the organization or the organizing team, and just some of the surprises that will be coming out this week, y'all. It's going to be so much fun. We got Maya Nicole, of course, my fellow station mate, who hosts as well as Miles Blockson, who will be hosting at Soul Food Truck Fest. We have DJ Melissa Bells, who will be DJing. And then, of course, y'all got the rundown of everybody, the Tones, formerly the Hamiltons, Anastasia Hare and the Heroes. We got Bavu Blakes. Like, there are so many people, Ameryl Soul. I just can't think of all of them right now. But that's going to be a vibe and going to be so much fun. But, of course, before Soul Food Truck Fest, that same day on June 18th, there's the Juneteenth parade. It starts at East MLK. And then there's also going to be some events at Rosewood. So y'all it's going to be something for everybody. And then, of course, not all of us are on the east side anymore. We know why. But there are people out there, events out in Hutto. There are Juneteenth events in Pflugerville, Manor, all of those things. So I hope if you can't come out and support East Austin's, please, please, please support one anywhere you can. But if not, I would hope for you to come out to East Austin's. I think that the history behind the East Austin district and the Six Square district is so important. And at least if you don't live in East Austin, because we know we've been forced out and pushed out due to affordability, at least coming back to see what's happening here, see the changes, see how you can get involved. So yeah, y'all check out Juneteenth Parade on June 18th, Soul Food Truck Fest on the same day. And then, there's Black X Conference. That's Friday, June 17th. So again, it's an action-packed weekend that's going to be back to back to back with several events that you can tune into. We also have Confucius Jones at Intones, the comedy show that will be happening June 19th. And that's going to be a vibe. There are so many people that are involved in that. There's 3 women comedians, 3 male comedians as well, including Confucius Jones, who's headlining. We have a DJ there. There's just going to be so much. And I just want to specifically shout out Intones, because Intones has really been putting on for the culture and allowing access to their space for a very, very reasonable price, and really working with the creatives, Black creatives here, to put on good events and to promote good events. So shout out to the team at Intones. And they'll be celebrating their 47th anniversary. So they going to be bringing the events. Like, for instance, I don't know if y'all heard of Big Rob, but Big Rob going to be there on July 1st. I guess they call him the Southern Soul Sensation. I don't know. He got kind of like a little blues feel. I can't lie. I'm stepping into my auntie mode, and he a vibe a little bit. Sometimes you need a little blues in your life. And so Big Rob is a vibe. And if you haven't heard of the Peterson brothers or seen them perform, they're a duo of 2 young guys that are really making amazing music. They play, the guitar. They just do so many things. So they'll be opening up for Big Rob again on July 1st. And Intones was so cool that they, may have given some discount codes out. So if y'all are interested in checking out Big Rob on July 1st, which will be opened by the Peterson brothers, y'all let me know and I can get y'all that discount code. Also, Houston rap royalty Devin the Dude returns to Intones on July 8th, joined by Alfred Banks and DJ Corrupt. So that's going to be an experience. I'm a Devin the Dude fan. I have a sister who's literally named Devin because of Devin the Dude. So my dad is a big fan of Devin the Dude. He hasn't seen him in concert. So that's going to be, he doesn't know yet, but his Father's Day gift to go to the concert with my dad. So I'm really excited to be at Intones and just, be in the moment, be in the vibe, and checking that out. So y'all, there's so many things for us to be, getting into, supporting. So please, if you can, check those things out. Other than that, I'm going to leave y'all with our soul mix. So, you know how we're focusing on Black Music Month and just amplifying the voices of artists, creatives all the time. So I'm going to bring back, some oldies but goodies, and y'all get into that. Other than that, I just want to thank y'all for continuing to support Keys to the Streets, to having me even more in these streets, out and about, because I think coming out of the pandemic, I was really trying to get my footing in what I wanted to do and what I wanted to participate in. And y'all are definitely giving me enough things to support and be involved in. And so I just appreciate y'all continuing to support Keys to the Streets. Like I said, if y'all have events or y'all are launching a business, anything, any topics, feel free to hit me up at Airless, HEIR_LESS on IG or Twitter. So yeah, so we can talk about it. We can help y'all, get that out, amplify that. But yeah, other than that, I hope y'all have a safe and amazing week. And yeah, y'all support the culture in some way. Thank you again, and I'm signing off, y'all. Have a good day.